All right.
Okay, what group are you guys?
Yeah, most of our group has left already.
So we are the upper loop.
Yeah.
We are concentrating on the Pardal area, but it was also potentially including the solar parking lot and parts of Anascoya.
Yeah. We mostly focus on Pardal streets. The first thing that everybody notices is that it's very lively. That was one of our main favorite things about Pardal. It also has a really small town feeling. We walked over there, Jay already shouted to people on the other side of the street, so it was nice. It's also very well located. It's very central in IB. What we liked about the park was that it's a very large green space, and we really liked the amphitheater. Where is it? There. Huh?
Oh, it's got the stage.
Yeah, the stage.
Someone earlier was like, "Where's the stage?"
Things that we small things we'd like to do to improve the space would be signs. There's no signs anywhere about Pardal being downtown, or I even forgot the name of the park. What is it?
The Anascoya Park?
Yeah, there's no signs for the park either. So that would be great. Also, events that may include hula hooping, lightning sticks, and alcohol. The closing down of the road would be great as well, Pardal, because sorry?
I was agreeing with you, sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, we were thinking about closing it down for a couple of hours of the day where people just only walk there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And about the park, we'd like some lighting, benches, signs as well, and seating areas. Bigger things that we would like to improve was mainly what we saw about Pardal was that there was lots of groups going there, but they only went there to eat at restaurants. There wasn't a public space where anybody would go. So we like this parking lot, and we were thinking about maybe turning it into a big patio where everybody can go, take their own food or buy food somewhere else and go sit there and use it for example, farmers markets or other events, maybe display movies there or have music, bands playing, just one square near Pardal that doesn't only have people moving through, but also people sitting and hanging out other than the restaurants.
That's good. Why did you choose that one and not the one by Pardal Center?
Oh yeah, we also thought about the one at Pardal Center, but that one was just bigger. And it's near the park, so we were thinking about connecting it to the park.
That was actually on one of the Islandista master plan concepts had been to connect through from Pardal and go through into Anascoya Park and then provide, because if you're trying to walk currently from Pardal into the park, you end up you can't go here because there's a fence along here. So you end up walking through here, and then you walk along this fence, along a little dirt path that's just been worn down by people walking down it slightly is next to the fence. It just looks like a rut. And then you've got to curve back and go over a bridge and then come back across. And so it's unless you know essentially the hidden path, you don't even know how to get down there. Mm-hmm. And so some people have brought up the idea of trying to get through here and try to connect things through better. Or maybe for here connect things through better. Because here, if you start doing it here, you start affecting the amphitheater. Mm-hmm. And there's also something that come up during the reconstruction of this lot here is to figure out ways of connecting through here, but then there's effects of where you essentially have a building here that's backing the amphitheater. So there's complexity to this.
Yeah. Yeah, and people we would ask would be the county, obviously, and the businesses around, because they'd have to sacrifice their parking lots. But that also made us think about the parking lot that's over there, to make that way bigger and more accessible for people to park, and then they can just walk on Pardal instead of parking their car on Pardal, because it's such a tiny space,
One of the big complexities of these ideas is so it's actually my understanding that this little cutout here of this part of the street, where you can still have cars parked here, is because the businesses who own, not the landlords who own this set of buildings and this set of buildings during the redevelopment really wanted to not lose their parking. Yeah. And so that businesses wanting parking is therefore a really important problem when you're trying to go through and provide connections through all these areas. It's one of the ideas about shutting down parts of the street for a period of time. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that would mainly be working on the parking lot and a public space that's more not connected to the restaurants.
People don't like driving through here anyway because they're going to have to deal with all the bikes, and so
Right.
yeah. You have your hand up?
Well, I mean, I have never parked in that parking lot, nor have I rarely seen anybody park in that parking lot. Do you
This
have to
one?
pay? No,
That
The
one.
solar lot.
the solar one, right? You have to pay to park there, is that it?
So the solar lot is paid during some hours of the day. It stops at 8 p.m. I'm not certain when in the morning it starts, 10 of them. The meter,
But
however,
not
has
what-
been.
it's, you have to pay there if you want to go to a business, because that's during the day, and that's kind of lame. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody uses that parking spot. Can we
Yeah.
just park there and get rid of that one?
But
Yeah,
most of the people I know
that's
who,
the
who
idea.
use that
Yeah.
parking lot knew that because the meter was broken, it was never being enforced. And for a long time, we didn't have an enforcement officer. No, they fixed the meter. They fixed the meter, and we have an enforcement officer. So as of just last week, if anyone was parking there for free, it's now being enforced as of last week.
But what does it cost? Like, what is the?
$12 a day.
Yeah.
$12 an hour.
The other part of that parking lot, though, is that a lot of those sites, a lot of the spots are actually, they were a trade-off for some of the properties, and they had to buy into that parking lot so that they didn't have to do parking on some of the big new development. So it's like, how many times can you sell something? Is what we're going to be running into if
Yes,
we're
there
not
actually
careful.
are a lot of cars in this lot now that are actually, they belong to people who live in Plaza Loss.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Actually, a question. Given the amphitheater, do y'all consider things like lighting, sound, just because there's shows, like I'm from IB Arts, I know one big thing we do every year is Shakespeare in the Park. Kind of just like considering lighting in that area, not like pathway of finding a way to gently guide traffic into the amphitheater, like lots of groups and orgs use that as a place, but no one can find it.
Yeah.
We discussed that because, Diane and I both are work in Iowa Vista Open Lab, and so we put on events in this area, such as the Jazz Club events and sometimes Iowa Vista First Fridays, and we've got this problem of trying to guide people into the amphitheater, and we ended up a lot of times just doing things in Perfect Park instead. And because it's visible, especially it's visible from the playa as people are going along that corridor. But yeah, trying to figure out some way of getting people in the amphitheater. And that was part of the idea if you were to turn this into some kind of,
Venue.
yeah.
We did ask the owner of, what is that?
Ivy Market.
Ivy Market.
I'm sorry, Ivy Deli Market.
Oh, Ivy Deli
I'm
Market.
sorry, Ivy
He's
Deli
actually, and he was open to repurposing that temporarily.
Yeah,
So
But
that
there
is
was an
definitely-
owner of the.
Yeah, so the owner of Ivy Deli Mart is Mike Hassan. One of the things is that Mike actually rents this from Lou Ventura, and so Lou owned both the old Ivy Deli Mart location and the new Ivy Deli Mart location, and there's that, and that's where this problem is that Mike's actually somewhat okay with the idea of us temporarily taking the fence down for events, but we're not certain if he actually can take the fence down for events or if we have to ask Lou for that, and that yeah.
He knows Lou.
I know, Lou.
Yeah, let's talk.
So we're making a list. We have a lot of follow-up to do here.
Call Lou.
Call Lou.
Should we keep taking questions or should we stop? Matthias.
Okay.
I just have always thought about the corner where Subway is. I don't know if you could point to it so people don't know. Right there, there's like a big, like the actual corner itself, the sidewalk is pretty big. Then also, there's like this big sort of area where Subway and the Habit and Starbucks have this big communal courtyard. I've always seen that as like a potential. You have a band on that corner. Like sometimes they do fundraising there, but you could like put a drum set and a saxophone on that corner, and like that could be popping like super lively. People that come through campus, like you pass right by, you kind of have to, and like it could be kind of hot. I mean, like,
Yeah, that'd be cool with the restaurants. Yeah, the restaurants are
The other
there.
thing is like, if this amphitheater is buried and people aren't using it, it's hard to get people to, maybe we kind of like leave it alone and we think about bringing the music out more publicly in other spaces. Amphitheaters are really problematic in terms of design and programming and the way that, you can only really use them for certain things, so it rather, I don't know, it's just a thought, is that rather than trying to drag people to a space that's hard to see, can we also support activities and music that that people just walk by and so depending on where you want to put your energy.
A lot of people in shows actually do use the amphitheater. It's just one of those things like first years don't know it, by the time you're sophomore you know exactly where it is and you know exactly where you're going. So like
It needs a little more marketing
It needs
promotion and signage.
It needs signage on it.
All right, great. Good.
very much.